أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين. قال الله في كتابه الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Illuminate your hearts and your minds with the loud salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. The 3 nights of Laylatul Qadr, the most popular nights in the month of Ramadan, the 19th, the 21st, and the 23rd. These 3 nights stand out because during these 3 nights, these nights can have an impact on someone in such a way that it predicts their future year, the year that will be coming for that person. Another reason why these 3 nights stand out is because during these 3 nights we have remembrance and we grieve over the passing of the Imam Ali alayhi salam. Now, the 19th night being the night which he was slaughtered and which his head was slashed, the 21st being the night where he was, being the night of the day he passed away, and the 23rd being the night of his burial. The Imam Ali salam, even after his passing, dhulm was still done to him. We remember these nights because of how oppressed the Imam Ali salam was. Even Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, after the passing of the Imam Ali, he dug out 30,000 graves just to find the grave of the Imam Ali alayhi salam. We see that even after the passing of the Imam Ali alayhi salam, dhulm and oppression is still done to him, even after his passing. Now, we use these 3 nights to remember the Imam Ali alayhi salam. But why do we always recognize the importance of someone after their passing? For the Imam Ali alayhi salam, even during his lifetime, he went through such oppression and such dhulm after the passing of the Prophet. A life full of injustice, a life full of struggles, a life full of hardships, a life where he similarizes it to a bone stuck in his throat and a thorn stuck in his eyes. No matter what he does, no matter what he tries, he can't get these out. Such frustration, and it was all for us. The Imam Ali alayhi salam did not go through all of these struggles in such a way that his whole entire life was taqiyya for himself. But no, he did this just so the Islam and the religion that we have today reaches us. Please recite Allah salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. This Ali is the same Ali that numerous verses of the Quran were about him. Different hadiths and narrations are talking about his status. And even on the day of Ghadir, when the Prophet raised his hand, what did he say? He said, Man kuntu mawla, fahada aliyun mawla. Whoever I am his master, Ali is his master. The same Ali that on this day Umar came and congratulated him. He said, Bakhin, Bakhin, Ya Ali. I congratulate you, O Ali, O father of Hassan, for you have become my master and the master of all of the Muslims. This Ali with such a status has now been put in such a state after the passing of the Prophet where his life is nothing but struggles and hardships. His life is nothing but hardships, struggles after struggles. His life is nothing but maintaining and keeping his composure against dhulm, against evil. It has been recorded in a khutbah from the Imam Ali alayhi salam, a sermon called the khutbah of Shiqshiqiyyah. This khutbah, this sermon comes and relays the different hardships that the Imam Ali alayhi salam has went through after the passing of the Prophet, our Prophet, the Prophet Muhammad. It starts and begins with أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أما والله لقد تقمصها ابن أبي قحافة. Imam Ali begins and starts with the name of Allah and swears to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that surely, it's in some copies of Nahj al-Balagha, usually it is written fulanun, and in some it might have written Ibn Abi Quhafa in the parentheses. Ibn Abi Quhafa is used to refer to Abu Bakr. Without a doubt, surely Ibn Abi Quhafa or Abu Bakr has worn the clothes of Khilafat, has worn the cloth of leadership over the Muslims. What does this mean? The Imam Ali alayhi salam specifically uses the term wearing of the clothes to show that there is difference in how Abu Bakr would have Khilafat and how the Imam would have it. What does this mean? There are many different clothes, big and small. Some of them might fit on me, some of them might not fit on me. So I usually wear clothes that are fitting for me. Now, in this hadith, in this sermon from the Imam Ali alayhi salam, he comes and says and shows that the khilafat is something way too big for Abu Bakr. That he is not worthy of having this. He wore this oversized clothes, this oversized shirt of khilafat that is not befitting for him. But it is for me. And this is another name for the khutbah of Shaykh Shaqiyya, khutbatul maqammas. Another name for the khutbah of Shaykh Shaqiyya. Imam Ali alayhi salam in here, he shows us that khilafat or the leadership over the Muslims is a rightful leadership that is only for the Imam Ali alayhi salam and worthy and befitting of only him. That when Abu Bakr took it from him, it was something that is not befitting for Abu Bakr. In the continuation, he says, وَإِنَّهُ لَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّ مَحَلِّي مِنْهَا مَحَلُّ الْقُطْبِ مِنَ الرَّحَى. Imam Ali alayhi salam then continues and says, he wore the clothes of Khilafat. He wore this even though he knew my level. وَإِنَّهُ لَيَعْلَمُ أَنَّ مَحَلِّي مِنْهَا مَحَلُّ الْقُطْبِ مِنَ الرَّحَى. Even though he knew that my status, that my position with the Muslims, with religion, is that of a pole in a stone mill. Stone mill, a device that was used in the past to make flour from wheat. The stone mill would have two blocks, two stones, and they would spin around one central stone, one central pole. That everything revolved around this single pole. The Imam Ali alayhi salam says that even though Abu Bakr wore this khilafat, he wore the clothes of khilafat, the unrightful leader to the Muslims, he wore this even though he knew that my position to the Muslims is that of the pole inside of a stone mill. There are some people that might try to reject the khutbah of Shaykh Shaqiyya or the khutbah of Maqammas. But without a doubt, they can't neither accept it nor deny it because of the eloquence and the bilaghat that the Imam Ali alayhi salam had in this khutbah, in this sermon. We see that the Imam Ali alayhi salam similarized khilafat to clothes. He similarized this clothes that is unfitting for Abu Bakr. He similarized himself as the central point of Islam, as a stone mill, as the pole of a stone mill would have. And in the continuation he says, one question might come to mind. Why would the Imam Ali alayhi salam complain over khilafat? Why would the Imam Ali alayhi salam start arguing and talking about, oh, Abu Bakr took this from me and is my rightful leadership? Okay, he shouldn't have taken this away from me. Why would the Imam Ali alayhi salam complain for this? Complain about this? The Imam alayhi salam leadership is like nothing to him. He has such a status that with the Prophet, the Prophet also told him that Anta minni bimanzalati Harun min Musa. The Prophet himself says that his relationship with Imam Ali is that of Prophet Musa and Harun alayhim as-salam. So why would the Imam Ali alayhi salam want to complain over khilafat? This is not something that should be very important to him, something very insignificant. The reason for him complaining and arguing over this khilafat is not because of any childish reason, but it is because of the Muslims of the time. The Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he saw that the khilafat or the leadership of the Muslims was given to Abu Bakr, he was extremely frustrated. He was extremely in discomfort. Why? Because he saw that the Muslims or the believers were being led astray. The Imam Ali alayhi salam, the whole entire reason after the passing of the Prophet, he went through such hardships was because the leadership of the Muslims was given to Abu Bakr, was given to Umar. This leadership which was rightfully for him was passed down to the wrong person. So of course he would be uncomfortable and discomfort and start complaining, why should my Muslims, why should the ummah of the Prophet be guided to the wrong path when I am here and I am the rightful leader of the Muslims? In the continuation of the sermon, the Imam Ali alayhi salam says, يَنْحَدِرُ عَنِّ السَّيْلِ وَلَا يَرْقَى إِلَيَّ الطَّيْرِ. He starts explaining and saying how it flows from him, a river, and that this river or large body of water has such a high level that a bird or a human does not have the ability to be able to surpass this level of water. In different tafsirs and different commentations over the Nahj al-Balagha in the sermon of Sheikh Shaqiyya, they say that over here the Imam Ali salam is referring to his knowledge, referring that he has the rightful position over the Muslims. With this, he says that I am the rightful person, and my knowledge is so much that whenever a bird, or which is using here to refer to a human, would try to reach the top, he wouldn't be able to. I'm like a vast, wide ocean of knowledge, while every single human, what they have is a single drop. What does the Prophet say about knowledge? He says, "Ana madinatul ilm wa aliyun babaha." I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is the gate for the city of knowledge. This is the level and the status of the Imam Ali alayhi salam. But even though he had such importance and such significance, with such knowledge that he is considered the gates of heaven, with such knowledge that he has this, and such status that he has the same relationship between Prophet Musa and Harun alayhi salam, he was brought into such a way that there was nothing but hardships in his life. Peace be upon Allah, salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Please recite another lot salawat ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. In the continuation, the Imam Ali alayhi salam then says, فَسَدَلْتُ دُونَهَا ثَوْبًا وَطَوَيْتُ عَنْهَا كَشًا. The Imam Ali alayhi salam, then he saw that whatever he would try to do, that whatever he tried and struggled for gaining back this khilafat, nothing would be fruitful. It would not have a good outcome. So what he did was let go of khilafat and started planning for ahead of time, which we will be going over in the continuation of this sermon. I thank you for giving me your time. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin.